Morning, guys. It's Lisa. Time for Tea and Book Tuesday. I'm here in my kitchen in Kentucky with a cup of tea. I am drinking an English breakfast tea by Lipton, and I hope you have something to drink that you enjoy, like a cup of tea or coffee or water. And I just got back from voting. Just wanted to show you my sticker. I did vote this morning, and I walked the dog. So I'm kind of all still bundled up, and um, I've been running around crazy. I've been doing a lot of editing since I got back from my sister's wedding, which was wonderful. I got to dance with my dad, and that was just a really amazing moment for me. That my husband and my um, dad put together. I didn't really have anything to do with that. But it was nice that it happened, and I was just so happy for my sister and her beautiful day, and it's good to be home, and I wanted to share my meatloaf recipe with you guys today. So, that's why I'm in my kitchen. So I'm going to try to remember to tell you exactly how I make it. But I have some ground beef that is thawing. And I'm actually going to have this for tomorrow night. And tonight we're going to do grilled cheese and tomato soup again, I think. And then tomorrow night, well, I might do it tonight. I might do meatloaf tonight and do grilled cheese tomorrow night, since Wednesday's church night. So meatloaf would be better tonight. So I might do it tonight. And but I let this thaw, and then I mix about 1.5 pounds of ground beef with breadcrumbs, which I grate. And they can be really whatever I have around the house I'll use for bread crumbs. You can use cracker crumbs if you want. I think the trick is to really, get them finely ground. So I do chop the bread up, or grate it very finely. And then I mix that together with like 2 eggs. And I usually use like sandwich baggies on my hands, and just really mix that up really good. And then after I have that all mixed together really well, I will usually add chopped or diced onion. I like it chopped, but chopped onion, chopped onion, chopped green pepper, maybe sometimes I'll put chopped greens or celery in it. And I'm going to try this time, some green onions, and then I usually throw in a can of drained mushrooms. I just have the Great Value brands here, and I mix that all up some more, and then I put in about 2 teaspoons of Worcestershire sauce. I like the Lee and Perrins. And then for seasonings, I usually also add about 2 teaspoons of Parmesan grated cheese. And then my seasonings are about 3/4 teaspoons of paprika. I like a little kick to it, or you can use chili powder. About a 1/2 teaspoon of ground mustard. I love to put parsley in. I usually do about a teaspoon and a half of parsley. Garlic powder. I usually do about a 1/2 teaspoon of this, because I sometimes put minced garlic in my meatloaf also. And this time I have to wait for my husband to get home to do that, because the lid is stuck on my minced garlic. Sometimes I use fresh garlic. And basil. I do use a good 3/4 teaspoon of basil, sometimes more. The same with the parsley. I usually go heavy on the parsley and the basil. Salt and pepper. And so once you get all that in, you mix it up really well again. I usually use a glass big mixing bowl to mix it all together and just really make sure all the ingredients are well blended. And then I also preheat the oven to 350 for that. And then I use I have a special sauce for the glaze. So before I put it in the oven, I usually poke a few holes in it. And in a separate bowl, I mix together Hunt's tomato ketchup. I try to only use Hunt's. And Caro light corn syrup. I usually mix together about, I want to say about a 3/4 cup of the syrup and about a 1/2 cup of the ketchup. And I just make a really nice glaze together with that in a separate bowl. But I put some of the glaze, maybe about 1/3 of it, on top of the meatloaf when I first put it in the oven. So I bake it on 350 in a meatloaf pan, or a loaf pan. I'm going to use a glass pan. And I bake it on 350 for usually about an hour. I check it, of course, as it's cooking. Depends on about how much meat you use. It might take a little bit longer if you use more than 1.5 pounds. Sometimes I'll make 2 loaves and put about 1 pound in each pan. So it may not, it just depends on that. But about an hour. I like mine really well done. I do take it out and check it periodically and drain any of the shortening or grease that comes off of the meatloaf several times during the cooking. And I usually reglaze it at least once during the cooking time. And then when it comes out of the oven at the end, I just want to make sure that mine is brown all the way through. I don't like any pink in my meatloaf. So I don't take mine out until it is brown all the way through. And, that you might like yours with a little more pink in the center. So it might only take 40 minutes or 45 minutes for some. But I do then reglaze it. I put the rest of the glaze over the top of the meatloaf when I pull it out of the oven after I have drained it. And I like to serve my meatloaf with mashed potatoes, butter and salt and pepper, and green beans or sweet corn on the side. And so we'll probably be doing that tonight. And I did want to mention to you a little bit about persecution and providence. I know I talked about this once before on Teen Book Tuesday. But maybe not everyone saw that particular episode. I did want to mention that it is a mail order bride story. There are 2 antagonists in this story, and there is a guest appearance by Fanny Crosby. And I think one thing that readers might enjoy about the book that's kind of humorous is the hero can only make pancakes, and the heroine can only make about 2 or 3 things herself. So the hero will find out that she does need a lot of help in the kitchen and around the house since she was raised as more of a lady. And she had, servants in England where she comes from. But the story does basically take place in Kentucky in the 1870s. And I love, because that was the time period of the bustle, and if you look closely, you can see that the heroine has a beautiful bustle on her dress. I love this dress. And there is, in the back of the book, a satirical character sketch. There's quite a bit of humor, and in the book, there's a lot of action. It's very fast-paced and very moving. And the hero is Irish. So, sharing this recipe with you, and anything about cooking almost always makes me think of the story of Persecution in Providence. It is a sort of satirical Jane Austen type of, there's little Jane Austen tidbits in the book because the heroine loves all things Austen. So that is something also that's really fun. If you like Pride and Prejudice and all those types of books, you'll probably really enjoy this story. And it is the final book in, it's volume 3 in the Lydia collection. So that's another nice thing to know. The Lydia collection can be read in any order, and it includes The Redemption of Lady Georgiana, Protecting Miss Jenna, and Persecution in Providence. And so I hope you're having a great day. It's a beautiful fall day here. I hope you got to get out there and vote. I still have my sunglass lines on my face from being out there. It's a really sunny, beautiful day today, and a really nice day to take your dog on a walk if you're in this area in Kentucky. It's just gorgeous out there, and I hope you're enjoying the fall weather as much as I am. It was so nice driving back from Indianapolis area. We, where the wedding was, we saw so many leaves changing colors, and it was a really gorgeous drive, and we got to go over one of the new bridges on our way back home. So I really enjoyed that. We got to come through they put a new tunnel in our area, so that was really nice to check that out. And I hope you are doing great. I am going to be in Indiana on the 10th. If you want to join me, if you're in this area, I think it costs $10 to go, and I put the invitation in an earlier post. I'm going to be on an author panel, so I would love to see you there. And it is $10 for guests, but you can meet me there if you'd like to meet me and enjoy the author panel. I believe it's at a restaurant in the area. So thank you so much for joining me today. I will try to post that invitation to that event that's coming up this Saturday, and I hope you have a great week ahead.